Hi guys. So today I'll be teaching you all how you can, remember the characteristic features of phylum chordates. So as you can see, there are 4 points, and if you're just trying to memorize this off, the resource, you can even jumble things up, and they have several particular information to remember, like the location of it. And if you're trying to just remember it in terms of just sentences, you might find it difficult. So I have a picture for you that will help you in remembering this in an easier way. So to begin with, so this is going to be like the typical coordinates that we are going to use to remember the 4 points that I showed you previously. So firstly, let's draw it. This will be like the typical ones outline. And then you have the first part, that is the nerve cord. And then you have the notochord. And then you have the digestive tube. And then you have the pharyngeal slits. And then you have the post-anal tail. So now it's time to, mark this up. So first you have this part here. That's going to be the dorsal hollow nerve cord. So this part here, this is going to be the dorsal hollow nerve cord. And then the orange one here, that's going to be the notochord. And then this orange tube here. And then next you have the pink one, pink or the purple one. So that's going to be the digestive tube. And then you have the blue one. So if I'm like, more particular, yeah. So it has to be extending towards the slits. So that's what you call the pharyngeal slit. And you have the post-anal tail. So that's it that you have to remember for the, the parts. So now we have to take each part in detail and think of the points that they are expecting from us. So firstly, so now you have this picture, so you can mentally go through it in a, a circular manner or something and remember each point. So moving on to the first one, that's the dorsal hollow nerve cord. So the dorsal hollow nerve cord that's seen in the red color, what you can see in red, that one is going to be the what you can remember about it is it's located dorsal to the notochord. What does dorsal mean? It means on top. So you can see the nerve cord is located on top of the nerve cord. So dorsal hollow nerve cord. And then you have the notochord. Notochord is going to be a long flexible tube extending from the anterior to the posterior, and it provides support in at least embryonic stages. Then moving on to the next one, the digestive tube. They haven't mentioned any, a particular information about the digestive tube, so you don't have to remember anything about it, but you just have to know the relative locations because they mentioned the information that notochord is located between the nerve cord and the digestive tube. So you need to know where the digestive tube is located. And then you have the pharyngeal slits. So these are slits or clefts that you find in pairs on either sides of the pharynx, in either pharynx. And these are going to be like respiratory structures in aquatic adults and also in the larval forms of terrestrial animals and terrestrial chordates. But these will disappear in the terrestrial adults because terrestrial adults, they can't use pharyngeal slits to respire. That's like common sense. So only in aquatic forms and also larval stages of the terrestrial forms, you have the pharyngeal slits. Then moving on, the last one is going to be the post-anal tail. So post-anal tail, why do they call it the post-anal tail? They haven't used the word post-anal, but they have mentioned the idea that the tail extends posterior to the anus. So you can just similarly call it post-anal tail. So that's more like it. So now we can just run through the whole points. So first you have the dorsal hollow nerve cord. It is located dorsal to the notochord. And then you have the notochord, which is a long flexible tube extending from the anterior to the posterior. And it is located between the nerve cord and the digestive tube. And then you have the digestive tube, there's no much information about it. And then you have the pharyngeal slits, which are slits found in either of the pharynx, and they're used for respiratory structures. And then you have the post-anal tail. That's a muscular tail. So that will be the information about this. And now you can see this is all that you have to remember. And if you try to remember this, visually, then you can easily recollect the points. That's it for today. Just go through the picture again and try to draw it on yourself and remember the points through the picture. Then you can retain it for, longer time period. So you'll got something from this, and see you again in the next video. Thank you.